show the picture?
Oh, our beautiful mother.
I remember very young, and I remember her playing softball, and I remember her going to beauty school. I remember the things that she liked to do. She was very, very pretty, active, liked to be with us kids. I remember living in Prescott. I remember the curtains. I remember Mimi and Dada coming to visit us. I remember wonderful cook, always could cook.
Mom was an awesome cook.
To go in and just take nothing in the cupboards and make a full meal.
Yeah.
She was well known.
That's when you know someone's a good cook. It's when you just go figure it out and you're not going to go to the grocery store. You're going to just make whatever you have and make it work. And she could do that. And then one of my fondest memories, honestly, with my mother, because there were 8 kids and she was busy and she had a lot of kids to divide her time between, and Jeff, Debbie, Randy were older, and so they had probably more when they were little time with Mom. But I got to go to beauty school with Mom.
So did I.
And I loved that. And I got to see her in her element. The students loved her. She was so good to every one of them. They knew that no matter where they were in life, she was not going to judge them and she was going to love them. And that I am grateful for a mother that taught us to be like that. And I can remember times, because we're talking, oh my gosh, how many years ago? 50 years ago. You're talking, what year did I go to beauty school? 1975. I went to beauty school in 1975.
Because I was married in 74, and you and Port started over at, did you start over in Scottsdale a little bit?
I did after, but I didn't start in Scottsdale. I did at
But Port started
Monique's.
with her. Yes, Monique. So that's where I did my instructor training, was under her. I already had a license and everything in 70, 71, but in 74, Bill and I got married. In 75, I did my instructors under Mom at Monique's.
Yeah.
And Tammy and Port came over.
But I can remember, honestly, and we had a small house. We didn't have a lot. We lived very, very humbly. Very, oh my gosh, motivation. We'll get to motivation. That's gonna make me tear up. But I remember that if my mother had someone that was going to beauty school, and maybe they got pregnant out of wedlock, maybe they were gay, maybe something, and their parents kicked him out of their home and wouldn't have anything to do with them, my mother would bring them to our house, let them sleep on our sofa until she could figure out what to do and how to help them. And there were a few of those. There were a few of those.
Kids living with us, in and out all the time.
Whatever we had, she was going to share it. It wasn't much. It wasn't much. Me and Debbie kept it clean. But she never judged a person ever, and that is probably one of the things I'll always remember about my mother. And the fact that when she passed away, she had a library of books on every subject. Medical books, medical journals. She diagnosed herself with pancreatic cancer before they diagnosed her. We found, I don't know if you were with me, but I found a writing in her little room that she had at Mimi and Dada's that said, I hope I don't have pancreatic cancer. And that was in January. And she was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer
In August.
in
August.
Yes.
and died in December.
Yes.
Um,
But she knew herself, and she took that with grace too. I mean, she was only 68 years old. In fact, the year she was sick, she was 67, and then she turned 68 just as they diagnosed her with pancreatic cancer, and we all got to take care of her. But she stayed just a trooper, and just of course didn't want to leave us, but she did. But with motivation, she had all of these bears that she named a certain one. Had an angel bear, one had motivation, she had, what were all their names, Debbie?
oh, I don't
All
remember.
their, it's been so long now, but all some kind of motivational thing. But motivation was her favorite bear, and this bear was on her bed, and she loved this bear. And then when she passed away, the only thing you wanted, Amber, was her bear. You wanted her bear. And all the granddaughters got a bear, but you got motivation. And I remember some of the rest of them, but I don't remember which bear they got. But she had a closet full of bears that she named all something sweet. And you know, she raised 8 kids. She pretty much raised us single-handedly.
Nothing bothered Mom.
No.
There was all of us in the house and different stations on different radios. Sometimes we had a TV, sometimes we didn't. But we had little radios or whatever. Everybody was very chaotic. Never bothered her. Never do I ever heard her yell, "Be quiet, hush." Nothing.
No.
Nothing bothered her.
Dad would do that, but
Yeah.
not Mom.
No.
Yeah.
You had no rules. There was no curfews. No, we were very free to come and go, and I think it made us more responsible. We knew there was rules without rules. And she could give you a
Well,
look.
you didn't want to disappoint her.
No.
You didn't want to disappoint her. And you knew that she had a hard life. And so many to try to take care of and nurture and everything. And with 8 kids, it's not possible. It just isn't.
She
Especially
would just give
working
you
and-
a look, and you knew. And one time, she got up in church and went and sat with Jeff at the sacrament table, and it devastated
Got
him.
up and went and
Sat by him at the
because he
sacrament.
wasn't.
He was talking to David Palmer,
David Palmer.
and she got up. And he never did it again, and neither did the other brothers. That was it.
You're going to be reverent. And I remember, like, when we went to Mimi and Dada's,
Oh.
she would let us know, you're not hungry, you're not anything. You go,
We
you
went
sit there
and sat
nicely. We
very-
sat there. We did
Yeah.
not move. We did not run around. We did not tell them we were hungry and needed anything. We just visited with them and listened to them talk. And I loved listening to them tell stories and
Yeah.
stuff. And that's kind of what you would do when you're grandparent. You just share
And
stories
I don't
of
hardly
life
ever remember a Sunday dinner without them.
with Mimi and Dada.
Mimi and Dada was always with us
Yeah.
for dinner on Sunday.
Mom was a very good daughter and
Yes.
took good care
Good
of them. She did. And
they loved to be with us. I was very close to my grandparents, and Mom made sure that we respected them and took care of them.
yeah,
And we did things for them, and we loved them to do it. It wasn't a trial or inconvenience. I remember in high school, people going, "I gotta go to my grandmother's for dinner." Oh, and are you kidding?
yeah,
Are
we
you
loved when they
kidding?
came over. But they would most of the time come to our house.
Yes.
Because there was too many of us to try to pack up and take. But we would go visit them. And our mom loved, she was a traveler. She was a world traveler. She loved to go anywhere. If there's a plane going, she wants to be in it. She wants to go wherever that plane is going.
We knew when she was sick is when we went to take her lunch and she didn't feel like going to lunch.
And didn't, yeah.
That was when we knew she was sick.
Something's
And
not
that
right.
she didn't want a Diet Coke anymore. She was
Where
sick.
would you go to lunch?
Anywhere.
Anywhere. She loved going to different places. She didn't have just, okay, this is our favorite place that we go to all the time. Oh, there's a new restaurant that just opened up over here. Let's go try it out. Let's go see how it is. And that was something fun to go do with Mom.
Yeah.
Because she wasn't going to eat the same thing all the time. Kind of like Jake, how he likes to go try different stuff. My mom liked that. She did. I've
But
got
she
my
loved
favorites.
to go out to eat.
She did.
Loved to go out to
She
eat.
did. And she loved to socialize. She loved to be around people.
She loved to dance.
Everybody loved her.
Yeah.
They loved her because she was so fun and friendly. And I'll never forget all of her gold shiny clothes on Christmas that she wore. She wore
Tell
gold.
me about her colors and her fashion.
Okay. Well, talk. You know what?
She
was classy.
no matter, she always wore her makeup, always did her hair, and
Yes.
always got dressed and cleaned up for the day.
And she always smelled like Estee Lauder.
At her.
Always smelled like Estee
Estee
Lauder.
Lauder. And I remember one time we lived on Vineyard, and for a short period of time, maybe a year, and Randy, it was the Halloween time, he got a horror mask, and he crawled on the floor and come up by her bed and scared the living daylights out of her, and she laughed. She could have killed him. And he just got the biggest kick out of that ever.
She was easygoing when it came to that kind of stuff.
Just
Nothing mattered to her. It mattered to me and Debbie more than to my mom.
And when we packed up her things, in her stuff was climb every mountain and bounce every check.
Yeah.
That was her life.
Remember that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Are you?
Crystal got that from her.
Yes.
We didn't.
We're a little too mimi and a little too paranoid to.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
she lived by her own rules.
Yeah, she kind of did. She kind of did. But she was awesome, and I miss her. I miss just talking to her. She would come to my house the day before Thanksgiving, and she would always help put food together. She loved that. She was such a good cook. I loved her stuffing.
Oh.
I loved her stuffing. I really haven't liked stuffing since, to tell you the
I don't
truth.
like Sue's.
I don't like
I'm
Sue's
sorry.
either. I wasn't going to say,
I
sorry.
don't like it.
It's not the same.
It's something, and she did it with oysters and stuff. And I hate oysters, but they'll even say, I loved her dressing.
Her dressing was the
And
best.
she made a tortilla. I've tried it. You turn tortillas in a skillet,
Yes.
and you did a hamburger and corn.
Yes,
and everything,
I've always
and it was-
loved that
And it was
dish.
crispy but soft.
And the cheese
And the
everything
El
in
Pato
it,
sauce.
El Pato
and everything.
sauce.
Can't match it. Can't match it.
El Pato. Yes.
It
Yes.
was.
He doesn't like it.
He had never heard of it until a week ago.
Oh my goodness. Well, we grew up on El Pato
Yeah.
sauce.
Yeah.
That was really the only salsa we ever bought. Because,
He
well,
couldn't
you
find
know,
it in the
the
store.
thing
He
was,
calls it duck sauce.
it was
It
so
was
cheap.
cheap.
It was like 19 cents a can. You know, something crazy like
And
that.
we had pinto beans cooking on the stove at least 3 or 4 times a week. That
Yeah.
was our staple.
That was it.
And we love them to this day.
Yeah.
Which of our family traditions stem from Grandma Beef?
Well, when we were kids, there were so many of us, but what I remember, and I know Debbie will remember more, but I remember she would always have everybody at our house.
Christmas Eve,
she
and it
would
was
try to
Mexican
have-
food.
We would always eat Mexican food, but she wanted us to sing 5 Golden Rings, Debbie, and you were the 5 Golden Rings.
I hated it. I hated it.
So we would do that, and we'd go look at lights, and then is when they'd put out whatever, and you'd come back.
She did not wrap.
She didn't wrap much.
No.
She wasn't gonna wrap
No,
stuff.
everything was hung on hangers everywhere, on the drapes, on the tree, everywhere. She
Everywhere.
did not like to wrap gifts.
Yeah. So that was that. But our thing went around food. And we loved it because we always knew during the holidays we were going to eat well.
Yeah.
We might not eat well the rest of the year, but during the holidays we were going to eat
She
well.
got her bonuses and stuff.
Yeah.
And she was able to do.
And I loved the Mexican food, and that's what we did carry on for in our family so many years. Was at Christmas time it was Mexican food. It wasn't turkey and ham
Now,
and all of that.
on Christmas Day, she would do a turkey,
Yeah.
and ham, and scalloped potatoes or fruit
That's
salad.
where the
Her
Mexican
fruit
food
salad.
potluck night came
The
from.
potluck,
Was
yeah, the
from
Mexican
her.
food potluck night came from Mom.
And the fruit salad. And people think it's so weird. Our
Her fruit salad was so
It
good.
was just fruit cocktail,
Yeah,
drained really well with marshmallows, apples, and walnuts, and whipped cream.
yeah, cool.
Very.
But she liked to make the.
No, we
she
did the
she
real
did make
whipping
the-
cream.
She
We
did. That's
make it.
right. She did make the real
Whipping
I
cream.
remember watching her make that.
And then she would slice cherries on top of it.
That
That's my kid's favorite today, is that very basic fruit salad. It wasn't all fancy or anything. She did that.
No, just basic. And everybody always in our house, even though our house was the smallest with nothing to offer, everybody was still there. Always there. And she loved the nativities, you know, to just
She
have us
didn't-
do the nativity thing. Or it didn't matter if I could play my clarinet or not. You're gonna play some
Yeah.
kind of music. We're gonna have our talent show, and everybody's gonna be there, and you're going to do it. Period. So, Cindy would do her trumpet. I'd do my clarinet. Crystal would sing. Debbie would try to sing. We weren't singers.
No. Hang the moon. To her kids could do anything. And that was how she thought of each one of us. That you could do this, you could do that,
Yeah.
you could do it. She never downed you or help you, no, not help you do it, but she knew you could.
You'll figure it out.
Yeah.
You'll get it done.
She wanted to go to college, and she didn't get to go. And that's kind of a story that I want to tell you, because she went down to a career day at ASU and came back, and Mimi had went with our dad to Holbrook and got an engagement ring. And she was
Elmer White.
17 years old, and she got married. And everybody, of course, thought she was pregnant. 3 years later, Jeff came along.
Yeah.
It was hard. It was at the time, just after the, Great Depression. There was no money. It was like you could have our daughter take care of her.
And that was basically why they got married so young too. Was we need you gone.
Yeah.
You're
on your own.
You're taking up too many of our resources. So
She gave up a lot. She gave up a lot to raise us. She went without just to get us lunch money and to get us. We all worked at the cafeteria. All of us, clear up. I worked in the concession stand at Carson to pay for my lunches, and we had to work in the cafeteria when we were in grade school and stuff to get lunch.
yeah, it's what you did. You just did it. You didn't think twice. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.